Today is International Women's Day, and I can think of no other day to kick this off. It was just so perfect. Yes. I almost wore my button that has General Leah Organa, and it says a women's place is in the resistance. I'm wearing my Nancy Pelosi t-shirt. I also think that this building is perfect because the Junior League of Little Rock has certainly trained a lot of leaders, a lot of female leaders in Central Arkansas. So it's just a perfect alignment of energy.
I'm a daughter, I'm an aunt, I'm a sister, I'm a community advocate outside of all that other stuff that's in the bio. Forget about all that other stuff. But when I think about City Year and my interactions with City Year, my father, Bob Nash, worked with President Clinton for many years, so I was very much aware of City Year from its beginning and really functioned to help raise money fund-wise. But when Jennifer called me and said, you know, I'm thinking about this leadership thing, and would you help? And I told her I couldn't say no, because mentorship has been critically important in my life from the beginning to now. So I want to thank you for the invitation to be here with you. I'm excited to share with you our program. Mentorship is people seeing something in you that you don't see in yourself and giving you the opportunity. Ladies and mentees and mentors in this room, we're going to learn from each other, and I'm very excited about that. So I want to kind of segue into what I've been asked to do today, which is the best part of my job. And that is I get to introduce this year's mentors and the City Year AmeriCorps members. But before I do that, a word about these women. Just looking across the room, I was just impressed with the power. They serve as student coaches in schools all day, every day, from the first bell until the last one, until the last person leaves the building. And as I thought about that, and if you look in the bios, everybody has something about health and health equity. A lot of people do. Education is the key, is the core. And AmeriCorps is building that foundation for health for our communities, for underserved communities every day.
Good morning. I am Reverend Shantell Hinton Hill, and I am here celebrating with you today. I am a senior program officer at the Winthrop Rockefeller Foundation. I am a native Arkansan, and I happen to be Jeremy Hill's wife. So, don't hold that against me. So I want to say good morning to all you amazing and brilliant and creative women and humans. I'm so excited to be with you in this International Women's History Month on what is officially known as Women's Day. I want to get a couple of housekeeping things out of the way first. In case y'all didn't know, I am an ordained preacher raised in the Black Baptist tradition, which means, of course, that I won't be up here long-winded if y'all promise to make our time together fun and engaging. So basically what I need y'all to do is give me a few snaps, head nods, some amens if you're feeling fancy, and we'll be good to go. Is that cool? Cool. Now we can get down to business. The reason we are all here today. Today marks the kickoff of the Women's Leadership Council for City Year Little Rock, a time to celebrate and support the young people who are serving Little Rock students, all while figuring out their unique pathways as emerging leaders. We're also here to build lasting relationships and learn from some audacious and awesome women who are crushing it in their respective fields. I'm so excited for each of you because one thing I know for certain is that when women gather, when women get together, and when women decide to show up, whole lives, whole communities, and whole institutions are made better. Thank you. See, y'all feel me, okay. But before that can happen, I believe the area that every leader has to focus on is embracing a growth mindset. So what is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is an internal belief and self-awareness that our abilities can be improved with intentional curiosity, development, and discipline. A growth mindset means we not only practice and perfect the skills where we already excel, but we also try our hand at new things that may be uncomfortable or require us to ask for help from others. A growth mindset also means we look at failure not as a reason to quit, but as a means to learn and try again. Lastly, and most importantly, a growth mindset means we remain humble about what's ahead of us while we cultivate confidence about what's inside of us. I want to spend a few minutes on this key point. How embracing a growth mindset means we remain humble about what's ahead of us while also cultivating confidence about what's inside of us. Because it's crucial for all of us to understand what it means to move past the fake it till you make it mantra that has become so popularized. Maybe some of you are wondering, well, how do you embrace a growth mindset if you don't know where to start? And what does having a growth mindset mean for your day-to-day life? I don't know that I have it all figured out by any stretch of the imagination, but I have some simple tips and tricks from my own life that might help you on your own journey. The first tip, and there are only 3, and then I'll head to my seat, is one you are already getting a head start on. That's to find mentors. Not just mentors who are older than you, but also mentors who are younger than you. This will help you keep things fresh and broaden your perspective. I encourage the mentor-mentee pairs to explore your partnership today as an opportunity to engage in two-way learning. Right now, I have 2 early 20-year-olds who are working for me. And as much as they look up to me, I can say I truly look up to them. I've learned so much about different communication styles, all the hip lingo, and even the nitty-gritty on TikTok, which is a lot. Now, in learning from them, I'm even better at doing what I love, which is sharing digital content on social media than I've ever been before. The second tip is to journal regularly. Don't you just love a good journal with a good pen? Is it just me? Okay. See, I see you. Or maybe it's just keeping a diary of your thoughts in your phone, using your notes feature. Either way, journaling is just a really good practice that I encourage you to do. And I encourage you to journal not just about like your work stuff, but life stuff. This will help you keep track of your inner landscape as you navigate your jobs and your career. It will also increase your capacity to be a better communicator about your needs and boundaries, and can serve as a sort of yearbook for your progress. Sometimes it can be hard to know if we're growing, but journaling will create markers in time that capture where you are so that you can look back and see how far you've come. Have you ever gone back and looked at your diaries from like high school and you say, thank God, like, thank God I moved past that. That's the point. I encourage you to start journaling again. The third and last tip is to ask open-ended questions often. Developing the discipline of curiosity will create habits of exploration and encourage you to break out of your comfort zone. It will also make you both a good leader and a great team player. Think of it this way. Who enjoys being on a team or led by someone who knows it all? I don't. One thing I learned in college from my big sisters in my sorority, shout out to all my deltas in the room, is that it is always good and appropriate to say, I do not know the answer, but I will find out. And then utilize every resource available to find the answers that you are seeking. I encourage each of you to approach each and every day with an eagerness to learn more and a willingness to ask the right questions and admit if you don't know something. I'll leave you with one final story as I wrap up. A lesson that I recently learned from one of my mentors. I was talking with her about a work-related concern and explained to her that I was willing to take one for the team, even though I wasn't getting the results I needed. And she asked me to reconsider my decision, to sacrifice my own greatness in order to go along with mediocrity. And I had a choice in that moment. I could have decided not to listen to her correction and remain in my own comfort zone, Or I could embrace and embody a growth mindset and heed her advice. A growth mindset allowed me to hear the truth, that I deserve to have the best because I always give my best. And that is what I want to leave with you today. An encouragement to know that you deserve to see the best in yourself right where you are, and also push yourself to envision what living your best life will look like in the future. You do that by loving yourself first and foremost, listening to wise counsel like your mentors, and learning to embrace and embody a growth mindset. I wish you great success on your leadership and mentorship journeys. I hope you will tap in and make the most of your experience and time together. Most of all, I hope you continue growing and glowing and going all the places your heart desires. And just in case you need one small reminder every now and again, remember the sound of a sea of voices saying, "You got this," whenever you're facing a new opportunity. Say it with me. You got this. When you're applying for that job or scholarship, you'll hear us cheering you on saying, "You got this." When you're starting to feel a little doubt about your next move, you'll hear us rooting you on saying, "You got this." When you don't know if you have what it takes to get the job done, you'll hear us shouting, "You got this." Thank you for your time. Go and be great, and remember, well-behaved women seldom make history.
Hi everyone, I'm Chante Moy, and this is my husband Roland Moy, and we are the proud sponsors of the 2023 Women's Leadership Council. I just want to thank you guys for coming out today. This has been an amazing event, and we are appreciative of you guys being here. So when we were looking for a nonprofit, Roland and I were looking for a nonprofit to sponsor and partner with, we automatically looked at City Year. And it's not just because my sister Marquita Rogers is on staff, but it's really because of City Year's two-pronged mission, which is to advance education equity as well as creating diverse leaders. And so for the last 9 years, I have volunteered at an after-school program. And I have seen firsthand students who have been passed on from grade to grade without having the reading skills or basic math skills. And working at an after-school program or volunteering at an after-school program, we really couldn't be proactive in our actions. We could only be reactive. So hearing, as my sister is starting with City Year, and hearing her drive home every day and calling me and telling me about her experience, hearing from the core members about how they were actually able on an everyday basis to go into the classrooms and sit with the students, to connect and create relationships, to actually make impact right there on the spot, to be proactive. That just aligned in with what we've been dreaming about for years. And so it was natural for my husband and I to just want to partner with City Year. And so why I'm up here is really I just want to encourage you guys to also partner with City Year. So I would like to invite you guys to be City Year champions as well, like Roland and I. And so if you actually take a look at your program, on the back of the program, there is a QR code. If you just simply scan that QR code, you can make an easy donation. So for $85, a monthly donation is the best way to get to City Year. And for $85 a month, which equates to about $1,000, that actually sets up the City Year students, the core members, to be able to have professional development. And so City Year actually does this really unique concept that I think is amazing. So they actually supply the students with 300 hours per City Year that they are in City Year of personal development. And that allows them to get life skills and social skills that you wouldn't necessarily learn in going to college, sometimes even entry-level positions, you're not granted those opportunities. So you're granted these opportunities within City Year, within this personal development. So I encourage you guys to also donate. So any amount that you guys give today, you have twice the impact. As part of our sponsorship, my husband and I were matching all your gifts of this that comes from this event up to $10,000. So you guys get the scan in. But thank you again.